Tower is seen from the waters of Lake Ontario, along with the rest of beautiful downtown Toronto. Our setting today, it's the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Brandon Ingram.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Kevin, thank you.
He is indeed, D.A. Thank you. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me harken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside, but we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Devontae Green. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. And for Toronto, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slot. Ed VanVleet out there with Renard. And it's Birch in at the 5. As for Graham. Ingram outside. To the paint. Here's Williamson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you admire that assertive aggression from Williamson. Goes right at you when he's in his comfort zone.
Pass to Red. Williamson against Siakam. Good D by Williamson. And so it's Williamson who brings up the ball for New Orleans. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
But how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
There's Renard. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And the Pelicans with possession here. After the Raptors pick up 2. Williamson on the follow.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Now, here's Siakam. His last outing with 20 points. Here's Redhawk. Drains it from beyond the arc. Redhawk's got 5.
You can't just stop when there's a big setup. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Alexander Walker. 17 points for him last game against Detroit. He dishes it to Valanciunas. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Pelicans trail by 4. This one for 3, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Toronto, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. VanVleet against Graham. The shot by Birch, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Over in the corner, Williamson. here's Graham. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
And there are a number of things that make Ingram a dominant force. But what really jumps out at you, the moment you see him, the length. Few wings in league history have had a 7'3" wingspan. And let's review some numbers for Ingram. Right around 21 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there. And that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
Now, here's Valanciunas. He picked up 15 points in the last one against the Pistons in Detroit. And Greg, you combine Ingram's length with his emerging skill set, he has got a long career ahead of him in the NBA.
I mean, he certainly has the tools. What we need to see now is the consistency year in and year out. It's one thing to reach that star status. It's another to become one of the true superstars in our league.
And the Pelicans making a change here. For Toronto, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The Pelicans trail. Covered by Van Vliet. Now the pass to Hart. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Pass to Birch. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Fred Van Vliet. This guy is so good recognizing when his teammates are open.
Here's Valanciunas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. On the league course, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
5 to shoot. Now, here's Siakam. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Covered by Van Vliet. And Zatoransky kicks to Hart. 6 to shoot. Pass to Valanciunas. And the Pelicans miss again. Toronto trailing. And here they come. Here's Redhot. And he takes the fantastic lead pass out strong with a slam.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And so it's New Orleans with it, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Throws it up high, and Hayes throws it down. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now, here's Siakam. Passes it to Redhot. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Chris Boucher's checked in for Toronto. Dragic comes in for Fred Van Vliet. The Raptors have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. In the first quarter, and first time out of the game called for New Orleans. One of the stories here, Redhot getting it done today.
This is a timely timeout because this guy is hurting them. They've got to figure it out.
The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. You look at the Pelicans. They're fourth in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season.
And I think for New Orleans, they've started the season on a high note. We thought it may take a while for them to kind of find their groove, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere here or any concerns about growing pains.
Yeah, I think that growing process has already taken place. This is a team that already knows what its identity is and where its strengths lie.
The Raptors making a switch here. Trent's checked in. The pass to Hart, just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Not going to go that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Here's Siakam. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
We have seen Pascal Siakam's confidence improve dramatically. This guy is becoming a problem as a scorer.
The Raptors making a switch here. Harris is checked in. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Williamson's checked in.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Boucher with the rebound. Raptors leading by 4. Here's Siakam, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Siakam's got 6 points.
Wow, finishing through contact with a beautiful display of focus. What a job by Pascal Siakam through contact.
Sedranski doesn't go, and he's 0-1 from the field.
That's it.
Now Dragic, no points in the game yet for him. Here's Trent, launches it, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Toronto with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Chris Boucher. ABC is out there with Harris. Then there's Dragic, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard position. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Alexander Walker passes to Graham. Here's Williamson, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Toronto.
And the expectations for Williamson are sky high. A superb athlete whose skill set and drive to be great.
And both free throws good for Williamson. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the 2 of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV stuff. So we saw it then.
He's a good mind, man. He knows what he's talking about. And they repeatedly pulled inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Graham against Dragic. Graham with the bucket. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Trent. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Boucher with the ball. Working on Hayes. Shot clock at 6. Dragic dishes to Barnes. Off target from outside. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Williamson, and he hits it to tie the game up. Williamson's got 6 points in the quarter.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Launches the 3. The second effort, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Monday, the New York Knicks come to town, shipping off a homestand for them.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talent advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Out to Harris. Dragic looking for an opening. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Alexander Walker. Good on the triple. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pelicans. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Trent to the middle. Here's Barnes. Here's Boucher. It's deflected. Boucher with the steal. Here's Barnes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And he can't get the first one. Red Hot, he's checked in for Toronto. Red Van Vliet comes in for Goran Dragic. Valanciunas, who's checked in for New Orleans. And the Pelicans with the possession. They're on a 13-3 run. Greg, last year, Williamson entered the NBA as one of the most well-known rookies since LeBron James.
Already had millions of followers on social media, global name recognition. He has an above-the-rim game that produces the kinds of highlights that people want to see.
Graham against Van Vliet. Passes to Red. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And the pass to Alexander Walker. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Graham's got 3 assists in the game. Van Vliet against Graham. Van Vliet passes to Boucher. And here's Barnes for 3. Valanciunas grabs the board.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And you got to appreciate the fearlessness with which he plays. Zion's ability to shoulder the offense at this stage of his career is incredible.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Ken Burge is checked in for Chris Boucher. Pascal Siakam comes in for Barnes. And Anunoby subbed in for Harris. Van Vliet with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Oh, and he picks it off the glass. Wow. They get it back.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
And here is Graham. He has 5. Ingram kicks to Graham. 5 on the clock. Misses the 3. Raptors trail by 6. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Ingram. He gets that one. Ingram's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Siakam passes to Anunoby.
Pascal Siakam plays at his own pace, able to find the open man.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Pelicans. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. Pass to Alexander Walker. To the wing right side. Shoots the 3. And it's Graham missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Siakam, right side. That shot misses. Nice steal from Valanciunas. And here we go. Fast break. Williamson's got it. Shoots over Van Vliet. Here's Graham, and it's blocked.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
By Ingram.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Rick, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific teams of greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much-needed asset.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Siakam. Fast break, here we go. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, just high-quality transition opportunity right there from Fred Van Vliet. This guy is so reliable to make the plays necessary in transition.
Pelicans leading by 4. 58 seconds left in the first half of the game. Hart gets to Valanciunas. At the Hart. It's up a 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
You want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Pass to Hart. Now here's Satoransky. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Ingram trying to get open. The shot by Satoransky, no good. The Raptors have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. And they take the lead. Anunoby's got 5.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Ingram outside. And the last second attempt was not to win for him. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 14-5. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. It's the